If you have $20, boy, do I have the game for you to not spend money on. If 5-Star Wrestling came out within the last 5 years, I would have been completely convinced that this was some game that was made in dreams in about a day. The roster consists of ripoffs. Like, I'm not kidding. They have Randy Orton in the game, but they change everything about him ever so slightly. This is Randy Orton, the man who hears voices in his head and has the ability to hit his finisher, the RKO, from out of nowhere. Now, this is Andy Organ, the man who sees visions in his head and has the ability to hit his finisher, the RAO, from out of somewhere. Two completely different people, obviously.
I'm my original character.
And this extends to the whole roster. Goldberg? No, it's Iceberg. RVD? No, it's Harvey D. I don't know who this is supposed to be, but I got a strange feeling that we should check up on him. He just missed the last pay-per-view event. These wrestlers also come with their own rip-off theme songs, which I might add are the highlight of this game. Iceberg, Iceberg, Iceberg. Why is no one else chanting?
America, America, America.
When am I supposed to say you suck? Oh, I mean, when am I supposed to say you stink? The main one being Andy Organ's theme.
I've seen inside my head a vision, never the outcome you'll be wishing for.
This whole game is like that "what is blank doing in the impact zone" TNA meme, but in video game form. Now, this is a parody obviously, but even more interesting is that in the wrestling bios, it's stated that Johnny Maivia models himself after the Great One, which implies that in this universe that 5-Star Wrestling is in, The Rock exists and so do all the other regular wrestlers. These guys are just knowingly stealing from them, but it doesn't matter, pun not intended. You could say that Harvey D smokes crack instead of weed. You could say that Curtis Angel popped the muscle relaxers instead of perks. And you could say that Andy Organ pisses in women's bags instead of shitting in them. The main thing is the gameplay, and does 5-Star Wrestling deliver on that?
One. Hell no!
This game will make you all nostalgic for old wrestling games, but unfortunately it's not the games like No Mercy or SmackDown. It's the games like WCW Backstage Assault. There's only 8 wrestlers in this game, and the match types are pathetic. There's no multi-man matches, I guess because a tag team match would involve half the damn roster. No cage, no ladders, no anything. You know what we do get? Everyone's favorite match. A pinfall match.
What the hell is even that?
I can't believe this is a thing. After going through the super deep gameplay tutorial, you come to find out that the actual gameplay barely works. It's the jankiest thing you can possibly play. I feel like it's a 50-50 chance on if something will work as intended or not. I don't think he foresaw this vision. It really just boils down to the game just being really ugly and really janky. Even outside the ring, there's nothing here. No weapons, you can't throw wrestlers into things, there's no interactables at all. Outside the ring is just a larger area for you to wrestle in. The most frustrating part about 5-Star Wrestling is that there are good ideas and mechanics in this game, but the problem is that they're in this game. One of my biggest annoyances in WWE games is that limb damage is ultimately worthless. It does nothing besides getting you closer to a submission. 5-Star Wrestling has a system if you damage legs enough, the wrestler would have a harder time performing any lifting moves. And you know what? That's cool. Are you all right? There's also the counter a finisher with another finisher thing, which once again is something that's cool, just not in this game. The shoulder buttons on the top are modifiers, and one of them is specifically tied to moves that specific wrestler would use. And the movesets are pretty varied in this game, I have to say. I don't know how hard that is considering the size of the roster is not even enough to fill a Call of Duty deathmatch lobby, but still. And finally, as a heel, you have access to illegal moves. 3 illegal moves is a disqualification. Wow, this crowd of 0 people really hated that eye rake. While this stuff is good, once again, it's all in a game that can't even handle a wrestler throwing a clothesline. There's no story mode or anything. The game just has this challenge mode where you have 3 to 5 objectives to complete in a match. Stuff like do a certain move, get their health down to a certain point, avoid your health getting down to a certain point, win in a certain amount of time, etc. These matches are spread out into different categories, like wrestlers themselves have a category where you only play as them. Matches have their own categories too, including the pinfall match. I'm sorry, but I've never seen something so stupid in my whole life. As a matter of fact, no holds barred doesn't really make any sense in this game either because there's no weapons. Oh, what? Unlimited eye rakes? Give me a break. These challenges aren't really too tough, but for some of them, I don't see how it's even possible without playing with the sliders. Here, I have to win a last man standing match in under 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Bro, it took me damn near half an hour to win this. I damaged my opponent so much their body was all black, crispy looking and shit. And he was still getting up. It's not even like I have a table or anything to put him through to keep him down. Even when I won just narrowly by a femtosecond. After completing challenges, you spend them in this store to unlock costumes, different match types, and arenas. It's nothing really worth it unless you really want Iceberg to put on some jeans. And really, that's 5-star wrestling. No creator wrestler, no championships, no nothing. A game with the quality of a failed Indiegogo project that didn't make backing. Now, it's worth noting that I'm playing 5-star wrestling Regenesis on the PS4, which is, I guess, a updated version of the original 5-star wrestling that was on the PS3. So what's updated in the Regenesis version?
I don't know!
Honestly, besides some character changes like Andy Organ having a mohawk, I don't know what the difference between these 2 games are. It is really hard to search up anything on this game because firstly, outside of the memes that the wrestlers' songs generated, nobody really cares about this game. And secondly, I keep getting Dave Meltzer's 5-star ratings like I give a damn. So I tried looking up 5-star wrestling social medias. Their Facebook is gone. One of the developers of the game still had their YouTube videos up though. One video had DDP talking only for the description of said video to confirm that DDP is not in this game. One has to wonder what the hell was even the point. From what I'm to understand, when the PS3 version launched, players were promised DLC that just never came. They abandoned the PS3 version to work on the PS4 version and titled it Regenesis. Here they promised even more DLC. I found the 5-star wrestling Twitter account and it's saying that they signed Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles to appear in this game, but neither would ever appear or even a parody version. I really wanted to play as Glimmer Conundrum. That's my Rey Mysterio parody name. No? Okay, I'll go back to the drawing board with that one. Now get this, the re-release of 5-star wrestling Regenesis was made to coincide with the wrestling promotion. Yes, that's right, these dudes made a wrestling promotion too. And it's not filled with parody wrestlers, but real ones. Rey Mysterio, RVD, Carlito, Drew McIntyre, John Morrison, or Johnny 5-star, I guess. So I don't know the specifics of why this ended up failing, and this is a whole nother beast and off topic for me. But apparently one of the final shows that they produced was John Morrison announcing a 128-man wrestling tournament, only for the tournament to never come, and him announcing said tournament got cut off mid-announcement by the TV network.
128 wrestlers across.
TV nowadays sucks.
The funny thing is that during any of these televised wrestling shows, the video game was never even mentioned. That's almost as dumb as having DDP in promotional material, but not in the game, or having a pinfall match, or having your almost decade-old terribly received wrestling game still being $20. Screw it, actually the pinfall match is fucking stupid.